Okay, I have tried doing this intro, I don't know how many times. It's always way too long. So I'm gonna cut it down to just a couple of minutes. I'm gonna try really hard to get through this, so I'm gonna talk really fast. First, in today's video, we are going to be going through sentimental items. Let me show you the tub that we are going to be working on. This tub is even more sentimental to me than the last sentimental items we went through, which I will link that video in the description box below. We use the Swedish death cleaning method on my sentimental items, and we will do that again in today's video. In the last video that we did going through sentimental stuff, I talked a lot about the book. It is a fantastic book. It is a super easy read. I'm gonna pop up the book and the author because I don't want to butcher her name. I highly, highly recommend this book. I needed this method specifically for sentimental items because it is the hardest item for me to go through. It is the items that I have pushed to the side for a very long time because I don't want to go through it. I don't want to deal with it. There is a multitude of reasons why I hold on to this stuff. Some of what you're going to see in today's video is even trivial trash and recycling. But the reason I hold on to it is because I've had it for a very long time, some of this stuff over a decade. And the longer you have something, the more difficult it is to let go of it. Plus, a lot of these items hold a person, a place, an experience, a memory, and that is very difficult because there's a lot of emotion attached to these items. So this video is going to be a little slow going. It's a process. I'm gonna show you the process. I don't want to skim through it and hide going through what I went through going through these items. That was a mouthful. Because I think it's important to see the process. This was difficult, this was hard, and I got flustered, I got frustrated, I was overwhelmed, it was emotional, it was all of the things. But this is the reality of decluttering. It's not easy. So that is what we're gonna do. We're gonna use the death cleaning method on these items in today's video. The death cleaning method in a nutshell is taking yourself out of the equation. You are thinking of your loved ones versus yourself. You are, again, taking yourself out of the equation. Is this an item that I want my loved ones to be burdened with? Is this something that my loved ones would want when I pass? And it's a very selfless way to declutter. And it's a very honest way to declutter. She talks a lot about honesty in the book. So, okay, so what's in here is a lot of cards. It's a lot of artwork. It's the kids' baby books, some of their like stuffies. It's just all sorts of stuff. So the first thing right off the bat that I'm looking at a lot of is these onesies that I got at my baby shower, and cards and some pictures that really honestly shouldn't be in here. Holy crap. Oh man, this was me pregnant with Lucas. This was, oh my gosh, almost 13 years ago. So pictures, oh, okay, let's not go, see, don't go through photos. Oh wow. Don't go through photos. It's me and Ian. Don't go through photos because you'll go down memory lane. It's my mama, me and my brother. Oh, so yeah, don't go through pictures first because you will go down memory lane. You don't want to do that. Let's put the stuffies to the side. You're gonna want to try to group like items together as you're pulling stuff out. Keep like items together. It'll make it easier for you to go through, especially when you're organizing. So let's just pull out all of the cards. Let's just get that. I'm not going to go through the cards. I'm just going to pull them all out and put them to the side. There's a lot of cards. Zoe's first haircut, that needs to be in her baby book, so we'll put that over there. Wizard of Oz plates. I'm going to be honest, I don't really want that, but Zoe 2016. Like, it's a piece of wood that she painted on. It's a lot of stuff like that. So these onesies here, I got them from my baby shower, and oh God, it scared me. I don't know. Here's the deal about these onesies. Like, this one says, I am loved, with a bunch of hearts. So at my baby shower, one of the activities we did was we drew on these onesies. And the thing is that they're in great condition. Can you donate these? I mean, I think you probably could, right? Like, I don't want to just throw these. So, but the onesies are going. Let me show you. Let's go through them. I'm going to show you how many I really struggled to implement this method in today's video because this is some of the most sentimental stuff to me. I eventually got it together and started to really keep this method in mind, but I did struggle with this today, and I'll talk more about that later on in today's video. But I wanted to take a moment to talk about, what I believe is to be the main points from this book. This method is in preparation of your passing, and you can do this at any time. I think it's more encouraged to utilize this method in the winter of your life, but you can do this at any time because, the truth of the matter is we're not guaranteed tomorrow. And the premise of the book is to not burden your loved ones with your belongings. You can utilize this method. You can declutter with your loved ones, reminisce about, fond memories in the past, see if your loved ones would want to keep some of this stuff, but also keeping in mind that these are just objects. These are things. They are not the people, the places, the memories. I think that this book really does encourage minimalism because it's asking you to keep possessions that add value to your life, things that bring you joy and happiness. And I think that is what minimalism is. So that's kind of what I think this book is in a nutshell. It's a brutally honest method, but it's also a very selfless way to declutter. And it's very, very effective. Those ones over there in the donation pile. This was a scrapbook that I made for Lucas. It's funny how you have so much more time in your first pregnancy than you do with like your second or third or fourth or fifth. Okay, that goes in Zoe's baby book. Baby books are in here. So let's go through cards next, because that seems to be like, oh my gosh, there's so many cards. I cannot get over. This can go. That's a serious 80s dress right there. That's funny. All right. I know I don't show the kids on my channel. I don't, but my son looks, nothing like this. This is when he was a baby. So I found that one in there. That was my dad and my son when he was a baby. I don't show the kids on my channel. I never have, most likely never will. But since we were going through baby pictures, I thought I would share some baby pictures of Zoe and Lucas when they were little. They don't look anything like this anymore. They're growing up, which is sad, but I thought I would share since we were going through baby pictures. There are so many cards that I can't. I literally can't. I must have kept every single card. Our Great Wolf Lodge trip, which I have Great Wolf Lodge cleansing body bars. Why? For what reason? I think this was Zoe's umbilical cord thing. Zoe's first costume. This was her first one. She was a strawberry. There's more that goes to it. This was what is this? I am struggling to go through these items. In the back of my mind is the death cleaning method, but I am not implementing this method like I should be so far throughout this process. Now, eventually I do get it together, but I'm having a very difficult time separating my emotions, taking myself out of the equation. And it's very clear. I'm going down memory lane with every item. Oh my gosh, is it more onesies? Oh, Lucas's first costume and his first shoes. Oh crap. Great. This is gonna, oh my God. This is gonna take a while. That's so easy. Dude, I must have kept every single card that Lucas and Zoe, look at this.
All their birthday stuff?
Their Christmas, Valentine's Day, Easter, birthdays, my goodness, Halloween. Look at this, and this isn't even all of them. Oh my gosh, there's another pile right here.
You guys and your cards.
I can't even hold them. Look at this. I don't even know how to organize this stuff. Why? Look at, this is from our trip to Great Wolf Lodge. This is cups. Oh, oh, baptism. Oh, what was I wearing? See, I kept a lot of artwork that has my kids' handprints. Like when they would do hand paintings, like, I know. Great Wolf Lodge badges, like, I don't know what to do with the Great Wolf Lodge stuff. We can get rid of the cups. Yeah, these can go. Oh my gosh, the Great Wolf Lodge stuff. Just, this was my hang in there. That's what it says. It says hang in there. My grandma gave me this. This is not, this is my grandmother's. This is my grandmother's, but, oh my God. Going through sentimental stuff is incredibly difficult. It's very, very hard. When you go through stuff like this, like photos and cards and, you know, things that you've inherited like this, your mind wanders down memory lane. You start to think of the people. You start to think of the experiences, the memories, and it pauses you. You end up feeling like I'm feeling right now. I feel overwhelmed. I'm overwhelmed and I want to stop. I don't want to keep going. I don't want to keep going because I am literally getting flooded back with memories of my children being babies and toddlers and young kids. I'm getting flooded with memories of my uncle and my grandmother who both have passed. And what happens is when you start to feel all of these emotions and all of these, like you go down memory lane, you start to feel overwhelmed because you don't know what to do. I'm going to be honest with you. It's a lot of this stuff I don't know what to do with. I have to redirect myself now. And I see what's happening is I put myself in the equation. By going down memory lane and thinking of all of this stuff, what's going on with the lighting? I put myself in the equation instead of taking myself out of the equation. I have to take, that is so hard to do, to take yourself out of the equation. To only think about, is this something that my loved ones are going to want to have and go through when I pass? The truth of the matter is, especially this stuff, no, they don't. They're not going to want this stuff. They're not going to want the onesies. They're not going to want the cards. You know, I think when it comes to like stuff that you know for a fact that they don't want, like I know for a fact they don't want the onesies. Okay, great, they're going. They're not going to want the old mittens and hats. Okay, that can go. They're not going to want the old cards. So that can go. Maybe I'll keep a select few cards and put it in their memory bin, but for the majority of them, they're not going to want it. So I have to take myself out of the equation and think of them. Now for the stuff that I don't know if they want to keep, that's the tricky part. Death cleaning it's very cut and dry when you know for a fact there's an item that your loved ones aren't going to want. It's very cut and dry. But stuff like this, I don't know if Zoe wants this one day. I don't know if she's gonna want to keep something like this or display it. And she's 8 years old. But no, she's not gonna be able to determine that. But I can guarantee you nobody else is gonna want this. My mom isn't gonna want this. Ian isn't gonna want this. The only one that would want this, my son isn't gonna want it. The only one that would possibly want it would be Zoe. Well, how do you make that determination for someone who's 8? There's so many areas of gray. And that's the hard part. This is where you get tripped up. And then you stop. You want to stop. You want to give up because it's so many decisions that you have to make. What is going on with the lighting? There's so many decisions that you have to make. So I think the best option for me right now is to, with items such as this, is to just put it to the side. Don't look at it. If I can't make a decision by the time I'm done with this tub, put it in a box, set it to the side. Don't get stuck in the purging process. Just move along. Just keep moving. So don't get stuck in the purging process. No one is gonna want this. What happened to you? You're broke too. You're broken. You're broken inside. You're as broken in the inside as you are the outside. No one. For crying out loud. Oh, okay. Alright. Sure. Oh my gosh. There's more. There's more. I'm gonna count the cards. Oh my gosh, there's more. I'm gonna count them. We're gonna count them. Everyone in the comment sections, guess a number. Guess a number. How many cards do you think I have? Guess. Put a number in the comment section. Guess how many cards. We're gonna count them. At the end of today's video, I'll let you know. We're gonna do a little game. This is insane. Zoe's book. I can't. It's my grandma. And her mom. They both passed. And my uncle. It's my great-grandmother, my grandmother, my uncle, all of these pictures. They're all gone. They've all passed. Oh, God.
All the ways I love you. This is a gift from my beautiful, amazing, wonderful granddaughter Zoe on her 2nd birthday. Read to you by Grandma Judy.
Yeah, like I really like miss her voice. I forgot about these books.
I love you too when raindrops fall, one by one by one. I love you round and round the world. I love you through and through. And when it seems impossible to love you more, I do.
Oh, that's alright. This one was for Zoe. This one was for Lucas. The battery died on this one. It's so crazy listening to her voice because I haven't heard her voice in years. Why do I do these things? I couldn't. Oh, for crying out loud. I don't know what to do with this. This is the baby package that the hospital gave me after I gave birth to Zoe. Nipple cream. That expired in 2016. Booby pads. Okay, now here are her bracelets. So her bracelets are in here too. So this is her clamp. This was Lucas's clamp. I don't know why did I keep that? This was Lucas's baby book. I did not like how I wrote in there. So I wanted to redo it because I'm anal retentive. So I got another one. Zoe has this one and then 2 others. But so I did start writing in them. What, is there any writing in this one? Oh my gosh, yes. They have multiple baby books. I gotta make a memory box for these guys and I need to finish their baby books. I am going to donate this baby book because it is brand new. It's brand new. So I'm gonna go ahead and donate this one because Zoe already has 2 perfectly good baby books that I can use. And then Lucas has his baby book. So that that one can get donated. Oh my gosh, do you guys want to see Robin and Tony back in July of 1981? Check this out. That was my parents back in 1981. That's crazy. There's young Robin. She was a knockout. Here's the other mitten. Okay, so, oh my gosh. All right. I ended up, yeah, I did this. I know, I needed to just go through some stuff and make sure that I wasn't getting rid of anything that I would regret letting go of. So I went through everything. I know, I should have just kept my piles. I second guessed myself. I went through literally everything again. This is a nightmare. So the only thing that look at all of this. You guys, look at all of this. Like who is going to go through all of this and look at this stuff even periodically? This is stuff that's been sitting in this tub for over a decade. Some of it, most of it. It's just none of it's being used. So, why did I do this? Okay, so I'm going to go through the remaining stuff that I haven't gone through yet, which is artwork. That's the last thing I got to go through. So I'm going to go through artwork. I'm going to organize all of this. I'm going to get 2 bins, one for Lucas, one for Zoe. And we're going to get this organized and I'm going to clean this room because I made an extreme mess in here. There are going to be times in your decluttering journey where you're going to come across things that are going to be really hard to go through. And this tub is those items for me. I knew I was going to struggle with this tub. I knew that this was going to be really hard, difficult items for me to go through. And that's why I wanted to show you this process. Like, I wanted to not only show you me actually implementing the death cleaning method, but also the struggles of going through these types of things. Because this is the reality of decluttering. There are going to be things that you're stumped on. There are going to be things that are difficult, maybe even painful and emotional to go through and declutter. But that is the reality of decluttering. It wasn't until this point when I started to really ask myself the hard questions and really implement the death cleaning method. Prior to this, I was going down memory lane with every item that I was picking up. And I was not staying on track. I wasn't using the method like I should have been. I wasn't asking myself the hard questions. And it was making it more difficult for me to get through because when you ask yourself, when you really use the death cleaning method and you ask yourself, is this something that I want to burden my loved ones with? Is this something that my loved ones would really want? Is this something that brings me joy and happiness? Does this add value to my life? When you ask yourself those questions, it really does bring clarity. It really does make you realize what's important and what's not. I really think that the death cleaning method truly does encourage minimalism because I feel like that's what minimalism is. Keeping only the things that add value to your life and actually brings joy and happiness to your life. And a lot of this stuff was very trivial. Some of it was trash and recycling. For crying out loud, I had nipple cream from 2016. Who needs that? It's just these items, I think a lot of it has to do with the fact that, and I said this in the last sentimental declutter, that I've never been a super rich, wealthy person, which I'm fine with. I'm totally content with that. I'm happy. But because of that, I don't own a lot of valuable things. So I've gotten into a habit where it's very easy, almost immediately, where I can place, if I place a person, memory, or an experience with an object, I almost immediately will create an emotional attachment to it. And that's what happened with these items. But these items have been weighing on me. It was time for me to stop pushing this stuff off and
Okay,
just be
so
determined to get
everything,
through it.
so this is all recycling. And then everything back here is, I gotta toss it. It's just stuff I can't recycle, or it's just garbage stuff. Now the phone, this broken phone, which I have no idea. There's no SIM card in it, so I don't know. That I gotta take to, like, I think I can take it to Best Buy and they'll dispose of it. But anyway, this is all going. So all of that. And then this right here, this is all donation. So I am donating, you know, some clothes, plates, old Halloween costumes, some stuff from Great Wolf Lodge that's kind of like toy stuff, like a stuffy, this brand new baby book. All of this is this little music box. There's kind of actually quite a bit of stuff there. This is all getting donated. These are the cards that I'm keeping for Zoe. And then these are the cards that I'm keeping for Lucas. So and what these cards, are mostly, it's his first birthday, like first birthday, first Easter, first Christmas, you know, another first. I do have a couple of, like, you know, other cards. Baby's first Halloween. There's a baptism one. Like, I wanted to keep that one. So the really special cards, mostly like their baptism, their first birthday, their first Christmas, stuff like that. So I wanted to give a before because I love before and afters. This is when I scattered everything that was in that bin all over the floor. I cannot believe all of that stuff fit in that bin, but it did. And this was everything that I kept, most of it. There were just a couple of items that I did move into the house, but this was the majority of what I kept. So we let go of a lot. All of these items that are next to these two plastic bags are items that I'm going to come back to at a later date. I don't know what to do with them. And then everything in these two plastic bags are items that are going to go in Lucas and Zoe's memory bins. So this is temporary. I have to get memory bins for them. But I highly recommend this method. The death cleaning method is super insightful. It's incredibly effective. I love this method, and it has completely changed the way I view decluttering, how I declutter, how I keep my items, everything. It's completely changed my decluttering journey in such a positive way. I absolutely love this method, so I highly recommend it. That is it for today's video, everyone. I really hope you enjoyed it. Thank you so much for being here with me. I appreciate you so much, and we will talk to you on the next one. Bye, everyone.